Welcome everyone, hello! Hi, welcome to your midweek news report here in the Deepwell Estates newsroom, The Den, you guys. Live from Palm Springs, California. It's just after 6 p.m. and it's probably 80-something degrees outside. It's freezing outside. Cheers everyone, it's Wednesday again, or as I like to call it, it's any day of the week you choose it again, because it's all the frickin' same. So get out your clunky jewelry and cheers your glass, or whatever you want to cheers. And cheers. I have a new cheers. I learned it from the Drag Race memes. It's my favorite one. Roses are red. RuPaul is rich. I didn't... Oh, and now I can't even say it right. I bet you didn't know Rosemary Galore is a complete bitch. We'll do that again. Ready? Here we go. Clink, clink, everybody. Roses are red. RuPaul is rich. I bet you didn't know Rosemary Galore is a complete bitch. Cheers to me. Delicious. Thank you, Absolute Mandarin. I should really wear an orange outfit if I'm going to drink Absolute Mandarin all the time, right, guys? That's what I have to say. Well, hi. Where are you all coming from out there? I see some Palm Springsians. I think I see a Floridian. Hope you're not at the beach. By all means, go to the beach. Get sick. I don't really care. Do what you want. That's right. So let's just get right into it, you guys. My favorite thing to talk about. My most favorite thing to talk about. That's right, technical difficulties. No, just kidding, you guys. It's Charm School, look. Charm School, you guys. It's a real book now. Isn't that great? It's great. It's a great button. Yeah, I made that this morning. You're welcome. Hi from Texas, our Texas. Or I am my Texas. Yo, Texas. Okay. But no, it's a great state. Lots of, I don't know, cattle things. What else do you find in Texas? Steers and queers, that's what. Now, Charm School is my favorite topic to talk about, you guys. Now, I was doing a little bit of research earlier today on charm schools from the past, and it is shocking the things that they used to do to these poor girls, high school girls even. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just terrible. Hi, Alma Sanchez from high school. Look at me now. Speaking of crazy things that happen in high school, this one time I met Alma, I think it was her senior year, maybe it was my senior year. We were in that home ec class where they teach you how to write checks and make bread and stupid stuff like that. It was the best, dumbest class I ever took in my life, you guys. It was almost like a charm school of high school, but they just like sugarcoat it with like, you know, grades and tests and stupid things like that, but it is basically charm school. They teach you how to set the table. And let me tell you, there are a lot of people who do not know how to set the table. And I think that maybe you should learn how to set the table because you have nothing else better to do and you're probably eating with people, unless you're home alone, in which case, cheers. You got no one to drive you crazy. Lucky for you. Unless it's just yourself driving you crazy, in which case, oh well. So, when last we left Charm School, what were we talking about? I don't know. Was it deportment? I'm not sure. Oh, not like being deported. That's a different deportment than deportment. No, we're just gonna move on. Moving right along to more alcohol, you guys. I wonder if the people, oh, thank you, Nashir Khan. I will say you're right. Good morning, where are you from? Where are you dialing in from? As it is past 6 p.m. here in Palm Springs. Now, Charm School. It's very important. Think about your posture. Now, how are we sitting right now? Ladies and ladies, maybe some gentlemen out there. Who pressed the angry face? You can be angry, be my guest. I like anger. It's an emotion, and you shouldn't be ashamed to share it. Unless it's sharing it in public, because that is what we were talking about in Charm School. Over-rational, irrational, over-emotional public social media postings that we just don't need. We don't need that, do we? No, we don't. They're fun to watch, aren't they? Now, if I see another hateful remark about you-know-who in that red thing she bought on Amazon, it's not me, you guys. Although, I'm not ashamed to say I did buy this red thing on Amazon, and I'm rocking it. What? Yeah, people are like so pointed about that. It's hysterical. Alexa Steele is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Say hi, Alexa. Hi, Alexa. Now, I have a question for those of us who are watching me out there, because this was a good question that I was asked recently, and I'm going to ask it later today when I'm on another TV show called Homegrown with Anita Rose. I'm allegedly going to join the broadcast. We'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. You can catch it on Anita Rose's page, or I'll just share it. I'll start a watch party. Don't worry about anyone else, just me. That's right. Now, I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask them too, what was your first impression of me? Maybe you're just tuning in. I would love to know. Big alcoholic? Who knows? Maybe it's boring. Oh my gosh, you guys, so much fun. It's absolute mandarin and pineapple juice. It's sweet and tasty too. Tastes just like candy. It's delicious. You should try it if you like that sort of thing. Now, I lost track of what I was saying because my martini is so delicious. Yes, first impressions. What are they? What are you thinking about? Hi, Teddy Volta. Teddy Volta. Oh, I never even looked at your last name. Pow Loca. That should have been your drag name, Pow Loca. Like, ooh, bam, she crazy. That's true. Marina thought it was annoying. Yeah, well, she's right. Oh my gosh, Alma Sanchez. Well, back in high school, you guys, it looked very different. I was really fat. And I was just kind of like sweaty all the time and had different hair color every single week for like almost like a year. I'm lucky I even have hair on my head now, although I shave it because my wigs are real big. Oh, thank you, Alma. You're just the sweetest girl ever. I love that someone said kooky. It was, oh my gosh, I just can think of your boy name because I'm reading it right now. It's Jayla MF Fox, you guys. It's not male-female Fox, although you never know. No, Jayla Fox, who has a wonderful show Mondays and Fridays called Jayla's Playhouse. It's a hoot. She plays games and she gives away prizes, like real prizes, like money and stuff. She'll Venmo you money. Drag queens giving the people money. Revolutionary. Groundbreaking. Yes. Lily White's first impression of me, too much hair. Now, what's too much hair? I mean, I just like a natural, subtle daytime look. Nothing wrong with 3 feet of hair. That's a subtle, nice daytime look, as far as I'm concerned. But what do I know? I wear rhinestone-encrusted bras and drink very petite martini glasses. Cheers, everybody. Hey, Kevin Johnson, how about you give me 20 bucks and I'll give you 10 bucks change? How about that? Yes. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was trolling on my own comments and someone said yawn. And I thought that was hysterical because at first I was like, ew, rude. And then I said, no, because I'm sure they're contributing happiness to society like I am as well. And their content is just way far superior than mine. Kevin Johnson, I have gone to the grocery store like this, and the crazy part is, here in Palm Springs, they don't even look at you like sideways or twisted. They're just like, hey, and they just keep going. Like there's no paparazzi. They're not like, oh my God, ooh, crazy. No, they're just like, oh, nope, Ralph's must be 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock on a Wednesday, Galore's coming on later. It's crazy. I am just very simple and natural. That's right, Lily White. Just so, you forgot effortless, effervescent, 2 in the pink. No, that's not right. Pretty, you can just say pretty. I'll accept pretty. Although my catchphrase, you guys, is, I ain't winning no beauty contest. I ain't winning no beauty pageant. Unless they're judging on talent. You guys, I'm funny. Yeah. Well, Kevin Johnson, where are you? And what's your drag name? I would love to know. Because as we know, at some point in the future, I'm going to bring on the queen that I found in the UK, whose name is Betsy Snatchwagon, AKA the best name I've ever heard in my life. I love it so much. Betsy Snatchwagon. I want to name my daughter Betsy Snatchwagon Galore. Oh, it's so good. Prison Spice. Unless there's another way of saying that, it could be Prison Spice. Maybe you're a French girl. I don't know. Maybe you come from the France and your name is Prison Spice. I kind of like that. I see lots of berets in your future, like giant bubbly wigs, but like little teeny tiny berets. Yeah, I see it. Maybe like beautiful lady face, but like twirly mustache. French. I like it. I like Prison Spice. Although Prison Spice sounds pretty fabulous too. Yeah, Bitsy Snatchwagon. Well, you could tell her that's a better name, but girl, she named herself, you know, so I don't know about that. Now, what about the charm school part? Well, here's the thing about the charm school part, you guys, is we can do whatever we want. We don't even have to talk about charm school. Hi, yay, everyone. Clap your hands, not in your wig. Clap your hands and say, hi, Justin Duretti from Canada, who is, guess what, you guys? He's shopping to get moi some candy so we can have it live on the show from Canada because I don't think I've ever had Canada candy before. We all know I am a big candy lover and ice cream and I accept all kinds of gifts as long as there's not like anthrax or SARS in it or anything. But I don't even think Canada has those things because they're just reserved for like terrorist people and Americans. Isn't that fun? So, we already know that I'm going to eat all the candy and I'm going to, hopefully it's not gross because I'm going to make the gross. Yeah, it's going to be so exciting. So, hi, Justin. So excited to see me, isn't it? Yes. Now, yeah, I do go ADHD, Chihuahua. Yeah, I am. I go a little crazy, you guys. I just get too excited. There's so much to talk about in such a little amount of time, which is really an infinite amount of time because we're all stuck at home, aren't we? Yes. No jalapeno gifts, Alexa, although if there was a jalapeno candy, I would eat it on the show. So, how about that? Brandon Edwards, drop a bag of candy off at my house and I'll eat it. I don't care what kind it is. I just don't like Almond Joys or Mounds because they're gross. I don't like coconut, and I don't even know what a Mounds is made out of. Mounds of grossness. Anyway, yeah. So, last charm school. Troll and roast. Well, thank you, Kevin. Troll and away. Troll away. Now, I love any kind of candy. Hard candy, soft candy. Probably soft candy is better because I like all the, Snickers and all those things. I don't know what qualifies hard candy. Oh, like old lady hard candy, like Werther's Originals and those butterscotch candies. I don't know. Those are different kind of candies. I mean, like candy bars, and I should do that candy skit. But if we all remember what happened on Will and Grace when they did it, it kind of wasn't as funny. And Lucy Arnaz was even in it, and it still was like, wah, wah. So Lucy's a hard one. She's a tricky one. We also saw that kind of epically fail almost on Celebrity Drag Race, Secret Celebrity Drag Race, right? So when he did Lucy, and it was just like, ooh, you're too excited. You're like Scrappy-Doo, too excited. Brax. Yeah, Brax is definitely old lady candy. I'm sure there's lots of stockholders here in Palm Springs at Brax. Cheers to you. Mrs. Robinson. Pick up your drinks. Delicious. Ooh, two. Now, we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead, you guys, to corn projects. I need to know what kinds of quarantine forced related projects you're doing at home. Because I have several on the books that I just can't quite seem to get to. Like, girl, this is 7 shots of vodka. Every time I drink it, it's a shot. I have one of those like really big like milkshake straws. You know, like if you have bananas or chocolate chunks in it, you just suck them right up with it. So it's a big drink. And I'm feeling it already. And you can ask me all kind of questions out there in TV land if you want to. I'm not going to answer them unless I feel like it, but you can ask them anyway. Now, corn projects. I am working on, I wish I had it with me now, but I don't. I'm working on a bingo mistress headpiece. It's very exciting. Yes, it is. Right now, it's hiding away in my drag room. It's near the door if anyone's going to go look for it. It's really cool, you guys. It's just my concept for it, but I got all what I need for today in the mail because I couldn't go shopping because everything is closed because stupid people want to do things like go outside and have parties and open up and go to the beach and this and that and then go to Seoul, Korea and go to the gay nightclub and then everyone gets infected and then you go to the bathhouse after. It's in the Galaxy room if you want it. Well, yeah. Now, stoning a feather boa. That sounds crazy, you guys. Yeah, hey girl, I'm good. You can ask me anything you want. Yes, clean and sanitize all the kitchen cabinets. Well, good for you, Erica September Carrington, because the Lord knows when the last time those puppies were cleaned. Am I right, ladies? Yeah, I'm making a fabulous bingo extravaganza. And the only reason for that is because I am going back in my Rolodex of nonsense, and I don't remember ever seeing any person with a bingo fabulous headpiece. So are you ready, you guys? I'm going to show you my bingo headpiece concept. Now, part of it is fallen apart. And part of it is green, so you won't be able to see it. But here it is. I'm going to have a whole bunch of bingo balls, and then I'm going to stick it. Okay, not on this wig, but it'll look something like that. Isn't that exciting? Yay! And it's going to be all bingo balls, all different kinds of bingo balls. Because I freaking love bingo. You guys, I love bingo so much. This one time, on a cruise ship, which don't worry, we'll talk about later. I won at bingo. Well, my roommate, his name was Glenn, not Glenn Allen, I wish. Glenn Hill from Straya, This was back in 2002. We were playing crew bingo. Oh my gosh. I found my balls, Greg Leitner, yay. Everyone from Sci-Fi's TV's Face Off, it's Greg Leitner. Round of applause. Now, we played crew bingo and we won $1,400. The first time I ever played crew bingo on the cruise ship. I was so excited. I said I freaking love bingo, but I never win. I'm one of those like never win kind of girls. You know, it's like, I love to play, but I never win. Unless I'm competing, and then I win. Now, after we got the $1,400, which was mostly singles and fives, there was a lot of them. We laid all the money out on my bed, and then we rolled around in it like we were rich people. It was very exciting until we realized how disgusting that was and where the money came from and how disgusting the staff and crew are internationally. But it was still exciting anyways, and then we split the money, and I'd never won that much money in my life, $700, let alone $1,400. So it's very exciting. So needless to say, I love bingo, and I'm very enthusiastic. Boy, are we enthusiastic. We are. I love Will and Grace, you guys. Now, bingo headpiece. I might just make it tomorrow. That's right. I don't have any bingos in the future, but when I do, you best believe I'm gonna have that bingo ball extravaganza on my head. It's gonna be hilarious. Trademarked. Now, what's going to happen after I do my bingo headpiece is I'm going to find out how to etch glass. I feel like that's something I could learn from home with maybe, I don't know what kind of tools, but I want to etch glass so I can get all these martini glasses and etch my name into them and then sell them. Wouldn't that be great? Everyone needs a glass that's huge with my name on it. So you can all be like me, drinking together with me. Drink with me now. Yum. I'm down for pool blanket bingo. Any kind of bingo. I'm your girl. I love it so much. Now, you guys, I have a very important topic to bring up next. It is, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to etch it. I don't know how I'm going to etch it. I haven't really looked into it. Girl, this is a martini you could swim in. The best kind. Okay, are you ready for a new segment I like to call Famous People I've like pretty much almost met, but I didn't. Okay? So, for example, this one's going to need a lot of this. Cheers to it. And cheers to our new segment. Famous people I've almost kind of met. Yeah. Well, Erica, as soon as I figure out how to etch glass, you'll get it. You'll get the prototype. In case it like shatters or something, I mean, you know, it's fine. It'll be fine. Now, you guys, famous people I've almost never met. Okay? Like, but then some of them, maybe I did. It's very exciting. So this one time, I was in the Beverly Center in Beverly Hills, California. And I almost met Madonna. That's right. That's way years before she looked like a boiled chicken, which we talked about on Monday night's show. And I've remembered why I said she looked like a boiled chicken, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just what you look like, if you ask me. It's because she did all those, you know, Pilates when the room is full of hotties. Remember that song? I do yoga and Pilates, and the room is full of hotties. Hollywood. And then she got really thin, has like -% body fat. That's why she looks like a boiled chicken, because you can see like all the fibers and like, it's just creepy. So anyway, here I am in the Beverly Center, right? Going down the big old escalator and the mall. It's like totally crowded, right? And then all of a sudden you hear the like, you look over. Bodyguards. It was crazy, you guys. There was like, okay, imagine little old Madge, right there, all black hat, blonde hair sticking out, skinny. And then imagine it's like a star, like 5 or 6 or 12 bodyguards, but they're all exactly like, we'll just call it 6 feet away, girl. It was weird, like an amoeba. They just moved as a unit. And bitch, that was Madonna. And I was like, I saw Madonna. Yeah. I didn't meet her though, but I almost did. Now, for our second celebrity almost meeting. Now, this is one of those situations where I'm not exactly sure if it happened or if I just made it up in my brain and I've been telling the story for so long, I actually believe it because I feel like that might be true. But then I also remember it happening, or maybe I just think I do. Well, here's the story. I was working on the you-know-what cruise ships coming in later, magical word. Every time I say we should take a drink, oh my God, I've said it twice. Here we go. 2 drinks in 1. That was a bad idea. Okay, delish. Now, I was in port in New York City, New York. This was pre-9/11 when you could still port in New York City, New York, not Bayonne, New Jersey, which is great. Now, I could not smell Madonna, no. But I imagine if I did smell Madonna, she would smell like bergamot and the Midnight Citrus Candle from Bath and Body Works, which I love so much, which my house smells like, thank you very much. Now, what had happened was, I was in New York City, where my uncle lived at the time, who was a very successful filmmaker. If you're watching, give me help, because this isn't as good as your stuff. You guys, it's called Parla Greco Creative. You should check them out on Instagram. My auntie Kiera just did a live Instagram today with her and some other famous chick that we're talking all about backgrounds and lighting for Instagram stories and videos, since now everybody does them and it's great, and how to light things properly. And you know what she had? And I knew a lot of stuff she was talking about, but what I didn't know and what I don't have, which I should have made myself, is she said, all you need is a piece of foam core and something reflective. And she's gorgeous, right? She holds up this thing. It's like a little piece, it looks like foil, and the back is like foam, it's foil. And she just sits it in her lap, because all the lights that are beaming down, bam, reflect. Gorgeous! Oh, so good for jewelry too, Jesus. So I learned something today, so thank you, Auntie Kiera. She's great. Now, I talked to my uncle on the phone. I said, hello, Uncle Joe, where are you? What's going on? He said, hello, listen, I can't see you today. I'm having lunch with somebody. But you can stop by and say hi real quick. Just don't freak out. I said, all right, here I come. This is the part of the story where I'm not really sure if it was true or not. I think I walked into the restaurant, and in the booth were 4 people. 2 of them was my uncle and Sarah Jessica Parker. They were having lunch. No, they did not get up and greet me because I was very young and I did not demand respect like I do now. But I believe it said, hi, how are you? Hi, oh my God, seriously. And that was it. And then I turned around. It was somewhere off Bleecker Street, maybe Christopher Street. I want to say it's by the duplex, but I'm not really sure about that either. Again, I'm pretty sure that it happened and I almost met her, but maybe I didn't. And it was very exciting even to think about that I could have met Sarah Jessica Parker, but maybe I made it up. However, this one time in Positano, Italy, you guys, that's right, Positano. Do you know where that is? That is by the Blue Lagoon. I think there's 2 Blue Lagoons. It's by one of the Blue Lagoons, which I went to, very blue. Very beautiful. And it's by the island of Capri, which is basically a rock with very expensive high-end stores on it. That's all it is. It's pretty, but it's just shopping and food on a rock. I don't even know if people live there. I'm sure they do. People live on Capri. It is gorgeous, but it's just like a retail island if you think about it, which is weird. It's a retail island. I just thought of that. Bizarre. If you could sell money to get on it, oh, you could monetize that. Oh, it'd be genius. I mean, you have to take a boat to get there, and you got to pay for that anyway, so I guess I've already done that, but it's just beautiful there. So in Positano, on the beach. Now, nobody was there because I did some research before I go, because I like to do that, right? And here's what happened. The season started. This is back pre-Sadie married lady. I decided that we should take a pre-honeymoon before we got married, you know, because I didn't want to wait. In May, the season starts around May 5th or May 6th or maybe like, you know, the 10th. So I decided that we just go the week before, kind of like going into the week of the season. What had happened was, it was brilliant. It was about 80 degrees every single day and night. It was magical, wonderful, fantastic. The scenery, even the sickening drive from Naples that took 2 hours. And I was like, why didn't we take a helicopter? Red flag number 1, still married him anyway. Didn't see Mommy Dearest. Red flag number 2, still married him anyway. It was beautiful. The drive into Positano is beautiful. It's very cliffy, very scary. Big wall. So if you're in a big van, gorgeous. If you're in a town car, it's so-so. But when you get there, spectacular. Mountainside, built-in city, in a crevice. Every day you wake up to the god-awful church bells, whether you like it or not. They go, and you're just like, you know what? I don't care if it's a church bell. It still sounds nice and magical. It sounds wonderful. Yes, Christopher Durbin. Very bougie. Now, we stayed at the Hotel Poseidon. If you ever want to go to Positano, you have to stay at the Hotel Poseidon. Unless you want to stay across, like literally you could just see across the, I don't know, what do you call that? Fern Gully? There's no ferns there. Across the, like, it's here and then like the crevice and then on the other side, so there's like the beach down there and you're up in the mountain, you just look across the mountain peak, I guess. I don't know. You see this other place? There's a Michelin star restaurant there. We went there. It was all lit by candlelight. It was like in a movie, you guys. You walk in, it's like super old. It's all like dome, shelled, everything. Oh my God. It was just magical. And it's all lit by candlelight. I felt like a somebody. Then I met somebody that very next day. Down on the beach, they have all these beachfront restaurants and like chic-y cafes, and it's just very Italian and lots of stallions, lots of stallions, lots of Italian stallions. So here we are, and I'm telling you, nobody's there. It's just locals and some people and insiders. Now, here's what had happened. We were having a very nice limoncello-filled luncheon. That means with alcohol. And all of a sudden, I look across my very modest glass of limoncello. And who do I see being sat, we'll just call it 6 feet girl, from me and Dr. Galore, who gets, you guys, it was Kirstie Alley. That's right, Kirstie Alley. Right there. Could have touched her. And here's what happened. Nobody else is in the outside restaurant but us. Dr. Galore and I, Kirstie Alley, very attractive table mate. She was single. She gets up, she floats by, goes to the bathroom. She's wearing one of those, loose, very Palm Springs caftan type dashiki things. Just, ooh, it's breezy, it's Italian. You can see through it a little bit. Here's my bra, I don't know what. It's very pretty. There's tassels on it. She walks by, and I was like, that is Kirstie Alley. I knew it. I could smell the cheers on her. Speaking of cheers, roses are red. RuPaul is rich. Bet you didn't know. Rosemary Galore is a complete bitch. She was in between sizes, let's say, because if I am petite here, large here, petite here, large here, she was about maybe a size 16. Real woman size. She looked beautiful on vacation. Now, I've already decided in my limoncello state that I'm not going to let this opportunity pass me by, much like the alleged SJP that did or didn't happen. I'm still on the fence about that one. I might have to make a phone call to my uncle and see if he remembers it happening or not happening. And the Madonna incident we talked about, no boiled chicken there. I said, no, not today, not with Kirstie. Not with the fat actress I love so much. She walked back by our table. I mean, wafted past me. I could smell her. It was delicious. She smelled very floral and fresh. Just like you would want someone in Positano that's Kirstie Alley to walk by with like sun-bleached goldeny brown hair and maybe some highlights. And then I was smart. You know what I said? She walks by. As she just gets past me, I said, I love your shoes. Bitch, listen up. If you want to ask a celebrity a question, you don't tell them who they are. Like, oh my God, Kirstie Alley, I love you. Can you just say hi to me? You don't do that because that's dumb. You give them a compliment like they're everyday people. In case I didn't know who she was, in case I wasn't her, which it was. And I said, I love your shoes. And she stopped. She turned around. She smiled. She took 3 steps back to me, not Dr. Galore, because who cares? And she said, thank you so much. I love these shoes. They're my favorite. I said, I love them too. Okay, they were like these canoe-shaped like things, pointy at the toe, but they were like this beautiful, we'll call it cerulean blue, and they had a heel that was kind of like, not just like a regular heel. I mean, it was like seriously like 1/4 of an inch heel, teeny tiny, like ballet flats, right? Pointy toe, cerulean blue, marine leather, gorgeous. But the heel was gold, and it had like a little like notch taken out of it, so like a little like, you know, around the whole thing. So it's just like kind of a little Aladdin-like, a little genie-like, but gorgeous. And she said, oh, these are my favorite pair. And I just ordered 3 more, and I have them in all the colors, and I just got rose gold, and I just can't wait to get home to get them, yada, yada, yada. Well, we just chatted for 5 to 10 seconds. It was the highlight of the trip, let me tell you. And then she sat down at her table, and I said, she said, thank you. Moments later, I ruined the whole thing by flipping up my darn phone and pushing the picture button, and it went flash, click, and she went, and I was like, I'm so sorry, Kirstie Alley, and then I hid, and then she laughed again, and then that was it. That was it. Took picture of her, and I still have it. I should have put it up right there, but I didn't think about that till just now. But don't worry, I'm gonna show you. It was her, and she was great. Now, let me tell you about another celebrity I may or may not have met. Bette Midler. That's right. The divine Miss herself. Now, I went to New York. Somehow, through the grace of Goddess, and 2 hours on the phone, I got 6 tickets to the opening month of Hello Dolly, revived by Bette Midler herself, starring Bette Midler herself, and a whole bunch of other great people, like Gavin Creel. If you are not into Broadway people, get into Gavin Creel. He is very attractive and very good at his job of being a Broadway star. Beanie was in it. She's been on TV since then, but that's where she really got her start. She was hysterical. She was the millinery's assistant. Minnie Fay. I'm good. Yes, it was great. It was a star-studded cast. There were so many So You Think You Can Dance people in it. Even Melanie Moore, the winner of season of So You Think You Can Dance, was in it. It was great. I mean, it was a beautiful moment. Now, we all know about stage door experiences. Now, the sad part about the opening month, we saw it in like the 2nd week it opened, I think, maybe the 3rd. We'll call it the 2nd because that's cooler. We were super close. 5th row is insane, you guys. Like you could see, like I swear to God, she looked right at me and her spit went. And I was like, yes, I get it. And I did. So we wait backstage. Now, the one sad part about that performance that we saw is David Hyde Pierce was I was going to say Mr. Magical, was the male lead, but he was sick, and he just got sick, and he was out of the show, so the understudy was on, which was totally fine because he was amazing. We're waiting outside. Out comes the first person, oh, it's so exciting. Out comes the second, oh, it's so exciting. It's really cold. It's November, but it's great. We're going to see Bet. She's going to come out. I'm going to get her autograph, maybe a selfie. It's great. Here comes Gavin Creel, Swoon, Shawing, Boyoyoyoing, all of the names, all of the things, all of the feelings, all of the blood corpuscles. So nice. I did meet him. He shook my hand. I said, you had a fantastic show. And he was like, thank you, I love you, you're so handsome. I was like, oh, you're straight. And he said, oh yeah, I remember. And then he moved on. Then Beanie Feldman came out and he said, oh my gosh, you're a star. And she's like, thank you, geez, get away from me. And then, can you believe it? Bette Midler never came out. She never came out because she was also fighting the same cold that David Hyde Pierce also had, and she didn't come out. There's a secret exit that she went out of, and it was very, very sad. And we waited a long time, and it was like, no, the grips just came out. The stagehands just came out. The theater lights have gone dark. It's time to walk away. She's not coming. And she didn't. But then, like 9 months later, I got another ticket to closing night. Whose life is this? Closing night. I go with my friend Kevin, who I also went with the first time. We got to see it together in the beginning, and we got to see it together at the end. And guess who was back in it after Bernadette Peters left? Bette Midler. Gavin Creel came back. They all came back. All the stars. And you know what? She didn't come out of that backstage door either. She sure didn't. Hi, Kevin. I'm telling that story about when we saw Bette Midler twice and she didn't come out of the stage door either time. No, she didn't. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen outside of my room here, Kevin Bennett, ladies and gentlemen, has worked with the stars of the stars. Have you ever worked with Bette Midler, Kevin Bennett? You guys, Kevin has sewn sequin and beads onto crotches of Cher's costumes. Cher, on tour Cher, next to Cher, touches Cher. Hey Cher. Kevin, sorry, had to tell the world. It's too exciting. Yeah. Bright Vaughn is watching, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't make anything I'm wearing now, but he usually does. Well, Kevin, it should be in your resume, because let me tell you, you always get work. Not that you're not working now, but is anybody working? Yeah, Marina. Yeah, befriend Kevin. He's quite saucy, too. Oh, saucy. Okay, so I told you about Bet. It's very devastating. He is on Instagram, but don't ask me what his handle is. I'm sure he'll tell you. I didn't meet Bette Midler twice. I didn't meet her twice. 50-50 on SJP. I don't know if I met her or not. Could have made that one up. I saw Madonna from far away. Beverly Center. Now, when we first moved to Palm Springs, there's a restaurant. It's beautiful. The food is delicious. Everyone should go when it opens up again. 849. Beautiful. Fuchsia and white. Lovely. I swear I saw Greg Louganis there. In all his Greg Louganis-ness. I said, oh, you guys, that is Greg Louganis. Oh my God. And my husband said, who? And I was like, diving board, smack, blood, oops, bleach, dumb, like that whole thing. And he was like, oh, I kind of remember that. I said, well, that's him. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure, but that could possibly be him. Turns out, you guys, not him either. Now, there's a lot of guys that look just like Greg Louganis in Palm Springs. Very fit, very tan, very silvery haired with nice teeth. Lots of that. Just pick a golf club right there. That's what they all look like. Not all of them, most of them. So I thought, I don't think I actually saw Greg Louganis from 6 to 5 feet away. I don't think that was him. I think that was just like my friend Steve's friend Steve. You know, that sort of situation where they're both named Steve or they're both named Peter. It's just weird, isn't it? Why does that happen to the gays? Does that happen in the straights? Like there's a Chris and a Chris? I'm thinking no. Or it's a Christopher and a Christine. It's not both Christophers. No. Okay. And for my last and exciting did I or didn't I of this segment of famous people I almost didn't meet, or did I? You guys, in 1999, let's go back to Marina Mac's heyday, 1999, when she was doing all her raver dances. Like that, you guys. Check it out. She posted it on her page. It looks like this, but lots crazier, okay? Now, 1999. Imagine it. June. Perfect. The Glendale Galleria, Orange County, right? LA somewhere. I was a beautiful young, maybe 19, 20-year-old at Showstopper National Finals in Anaheim, California. I went to the Glendale Galleria outdoor mall. Has these really cool pillars and there's frogs around them. Or it did 20 years ago. And I was in the Abercrombie when it was appropriate for me to wear that. Who's there? Just standing there, right there, looking at the shirts. The Lachey brothers from 98 Degrees. I was like, you guys, that's Jessica Simpson's boyfriend and his younger brother. And they are freaking hot. So hot. They were so hot. The little one, fine. The big one, super hot. And I was like, whatever. So I just walk over there and I like reach in front of them because they were just standing there talking to each other. And just reach for that shirt and I was like, oh, sorry. And they're like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, hey. And they looked at me and they're like, hey. And I was like, no, I get it. And they're like, that's cool. Thanks for being cool. And I said, no, you guys are cool, thanks. That was it. And then they didn't even walk away. They just stayed there because I was not going to fangirl out. And they were like, please don't. And I was like, I'm not. You're cool. I'm cool. We're cool. Great. I don't want that shirt. It's ugly on you. But I met them. I didn't like shake their hand, but I was like, hey, let me borrow that top. Yeah. So I came into contact with them. I was very close to them for a long time. Seconds. Maybe even 60. Can you say that? I don't know, but I can. Now, the time has come for my favorite segment ever in the world. You guys, cruise ships. I worked on cruise ships. I did. Cruise ships are great. I did it. And the very last cruise ship I worked on, the Jewel of the Seas, which is not that ship right there. No. I got a seaman's book and I was a seaman. Insert jokes here. Pause for laughter. I can prove it. Boom. Look at that beautiful, young, handsome, Italian tanned, because I got an Italian tan. I would only go out on deck 13 and tan when we were in Italy because that was how you got that beautiful golden color you see before you. I don't know what it was about Italy. It just did not happen in Greece or the other places that we were, Mediterranean, hanging out on the cruise ships. Look at him. Let's all drink and take an eyeful of that face. Those nasty early 2000s highlights. Eesh. 2004 to be exact. Yeah, you see that? Now you can see, it says the date. Now you might not recognize this, Americans, but almost everywhere else in the world, instead of going month, day, year, they go by day, month, year. Yeah, smallest to largest. Imagine that. Look at him. He is so handsome. He had a goatee. He had sideburns. Thanks 2004, me. And 2003, because that's what I looked like in 2003. Yeah, tan. And now we know why I paint my face funny, because one eye is bigger because the eyebrow goes up. We all know that. And then the little eye, it's so little. You know, it's just a small little eye. So that was me, a seaman. Seaman. Now I'm a sea woman. Well, technically that has now expired. But the cool thing about that is, you guys, the only stamps that were in it, because we were required to have this Seaman's Pass when we got to Russia. So the only stamps in it are like Grashniki, 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 which is Russian for sinners. The only reason I know that is because the bar I went to on the cruise ship when we were in St. Petersburg, Russia, was called Grashniki Sinners. But that's not the story we're telling today. Oh, no. Not telling the story about when I got into Russia and they stole my passport. No. Today, we're going to talk about all this nonsense you see right here next to me. Now, that is me. The little dark figure, not the woman, but the other one, the one who has the correct timing, not the wrong timing. Yes, thank you, fan kick. I used to love fan kicks, you guys. I used to fan kick till my heart's content. I always loved a fan kick. I choreograph fan anytime. Well, you know what? I don't know what to do. Fan kick. Fan kick. And now I have 2 new hips and I can't fan kick to save my life ever again. No, no, no. That is gone. Here we go, you guys. Low shunny axle, prepare double turn, and stop kick. Here we go. Very exciting. Now, this video is just going to go on and on as I chat and chat and chat. So feel free to look at it. It's very entertaining. It will go on and on. It will be different colors, different costumes, this and that. If I get distracted from my story, from watching myself, my bad. But it's when I was really, really happy and thriving as a young dancer. Here I was, I think, 23, doing poses. If you want to know any background about Rosemary Galore, you can see her right there. Like, there's one point, I think, I'm not sure if I ever talked about it, that one of the ships I worked on, this one we're watching right here, there were about hour-long shows, right? We were working 3 nights, 3 nights, which meant 2 shows in one night. They were about 50 minutes to an hour-long show. Yay, there I am. Oh, well, I got a little titty pop out in this one. Very exciting. There you can see the goatee and sideburns. So you remember that story in the cruise ship when I was in the hot tub and they said, which dancer were you? And I said, I was the one that looked like this. That's the one I look like, you guys. That was the cast I was in where I was the teeny tiny short little small man at 5'11", right there, teeny tiny. All the other men were 6'1" to 6'5" or 6'6". Isn't that crazy? Like the little feet you see behind me. 6'3", like just crazy cast. So, the dance captain on this ship used to tell me, yeah, Rosemary's a boy, used to tell me, can you tone it down a little bit at the end of the show because I'm tired and I don't know how you do that at the end of the show. It's like the last 5 minutes and you just like, pew! And I said, no, I'm not going to tone it down. You need to turn it up. And you can see, you can judge by the way I did these dances, is that 2 of the dancers were not as technical as I was, or, you know, invigorated. And the third one was just category all his own in the best way possible. But I was just like, you know, 23 and just like 23 skidoo. Like, I'm living my best life, honey. If you can't keep up with me, that is not my problem. That's a you problem. And I still feel like that today. If you can't keep up with me, is that my problem? See that poor man in front of me. He's tired. He's not doing it full out. And that's okay. Some people are just 10% people. But when you give 10%, that's what you get out of it. And when you give 5 million%, you get 5 million% back. Okay, so now that's how we should put that in term school, shouldn't we? So, in this number right there, that beautiful singer, my friend Sonia Selby, she said, honey, you clap way too loud. I can't even hear myself sing. It was that scene right there where I was clapping. She said, I can't hear anything. I can't hear the live orchestra behind you because your clap is so loud. Ask any of the kids I taught. I've got a very loud clap. Just make their ears ring. Yeah, very scary. Now, here we are at the end of the show. It was called Turn the Beat Around. There I am, right there behind the singer. Not for long. This was the number, it was about 10-minute long closing number where the dance captain couldn't keep up with me and I said, tough titties at the kitty, but milk's still good. And you'll see the difference between us. And look at me, bam, I pick up the guy who's 6'1". I never got picked up, ever. Never, ever. I never got picked up, ever. I always had to pick up and catch everyone else because that's just your lot in life sometimes. And you know what? On my second cruise ship, they called me the cart horse because I had to link arms with a girl, lean over at 90 degrees with my knees bent, and just slowly slide my feet across the stage. As she was upside down doing a little bicycle on my back. It's very long and slow motion like, and it's very difficult. But, you know, you just breathe through it and it's fine. Now, this part of the show is exciting because I do all the heavy lifting. Watch, there she goes. Oh, he just picked her up by your hand. Oop, yep, all the way around my body. Yep, oop, that's easy. And what's he do? Bam, right into my arms. Look at that. Number 17, the spread eagle. Yep, I picked her up there. He couldn't do it. I flipped her over there. He couldn't do that either. I pushed her up there. He couldn't do that either. Oh, wait, there's one more. I'll take a sip while you wait. Now, there was one trick I refused to do. It's not this one. It's the very last one. There's one where you just pick up the girl and she goes over the rainbow. I did all that lifting. And I said, no, I don't like anything where the girl goes over my head or I could drop her behind my back. No. See, look at that. He's up, yep, all the way about. Here it is. I said, nope, I'm taking that front. I'm getting the hands. Easy squeezy, lemon peasy. That was it. No. Here's the part, you guys. Here's the part where I go crazy. Now, you can tell there's a little difference between me and the other boys around me because it's like I just had a Red Bull and it gave me lots and lots of furious wings to just fly and punch, and I don't know where I got it from. That's a lie. I do. It's just my love and my passion for it. If you have a love and a passion for something, you would know what that feels like when you're just so excited. You have an audience and you want to entertain them and you want to be the best you can be so they have the best experience that they can have. And the funny thing is that's exactly the same for drag. It's exactly the same. You're still entertaining. You're still having experience with your audience and you still want to give the best that you can give. Right? 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 In case you didn't know, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. No, girl. Greg, the doctor did not pick up Rosemary. Rosemary picked up that doctor, too. Now, this is the part in the show. It's almost the end. Everyone's a hot, sweaty mess. You don't want to do anything. But that doesn't mean you have to give up. No, no, no. You can see, that's a dance captain right there, right in front of me. Here we are, the two of us. At one point, he kind of looks behind him, and he's like, oh, Jesus. You can see him. Yeah, look at him. Oh, sorry, I just fell asleep in my own video. Not me, of course. Yeah, let's see him. He even changed his name after. I don't know why a boy would just change your name just to change it when you already had a great name to begin with, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. But he did. Super great guy. Australian. Beautiful. Australian, imagine that. Can't keep them away from me, can we? Probably because I like them. That's right. So, a little thing we do during the shows, which no one ever talks about. I'm going to tell you about it. It's called show sex. That's right. And here's how it goes. When you're doing your first number, you're just so excited, you're doing it, you're looking at the audience. Did I see these guys or girls earlier in the cruise? Oh, it's exciting. And then you're like, bam, there's the hot guy. Bam, there's the other hot guy. Bam, I hope that's not his wife. Bam, is that his girlfriend? Oh my God, did you see him? You get backstage, you're furious, taking off your clothes, you're ripping your wig off and everything, and you've got like layers of costume, and you just want to die because you're so hot, and you got like 45 minutes left, and you're like, oh my God, hey girl, did you see the guy? What guy? Stage left, green shirt, row 17. No, but I'll check him out this time. Yeah, he was looking at you, but his friend was looking at me. Okay, and you go out, you do your dance, sorry. Ooh, Xanadu. And you find him and you're like, I look at you, you look at me too. And then you go backstage and you're like, oh my God, this time he was looking at me and his friend was looking at you. Okay, did you see it? Yeah, but did you see on stage right? The guy with the bald head who's super buffed and his friend in the tank top. I saw them earlier in the gym. They are so hot and they are just friends. Okay, so then you go do your second number and you're like, ooh, yes, ooh, yes, ooh, yes, ooh, yes. Then you go backstage again and you're like, did you see the guy in the back standing up? And then everyone else backstage goes, yes, oh my God. Girls sometimes. So you go back and you do your 24th number and you're like, here we go. I've got you under my skin. I'm slave for you. And I'm doing my dance. I'm just going to look right at you because no one else is in this 600-person audience. It's just you and me. Ooh, I'm a slave for you. I can't deny it. I'm not trying to hide it. Like that. Then it's the end of the show. You and all your slutty little single friends know exactly what to do now, and it's become a race. Of course, I was the best at it. Stop listening now, parents. Here's what you do. The finale is over. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Fireworks. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Curtain down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Floor. You run backstage. What you have already done, because you figured it out halfway through the show, because you found out who you were looking for. You've already taken all the costume mess. You've already tidied it up. Put it away. You're now furiously stripping your last costume off as hard as it is because it's stuck to you by sweat and desperation to get it off. You need to get that costume off, hang it up inside out, and get the hell out of there. And you run down to your cabin, shower, and get to the disco immediately. That's right. You have to do it. Because you need to get up into that disco. That is where those people are waiting for you. They don't know it yet, but you're going to get up to that disco and it's going to be formal night. You're going to have your tuxedo on. Like you didn't just do a show for an hour or 2 hours. 45-minute break, so 3 hours. Oh no. You are beautiful, fantastic, wonderful. You have gotten up to that disco in your tuxedo. You've looked around and said, yes, I did beat all the other dancers because I am what? Fast. Then the other dancers come up and they're like, oh, of course. And the singers, and they're like, oh, of course, she got there first. Then the guests start to arrive, unless they are already there. And there you are. Royal Caribbean singer-dancer, a.k.a. star of the show, a.k.a. star on the ship, because that's how it feels. When you live on a little cruise ship, you feel like you're the star because you're the entertainment. Everybody wants to be a singer and dancer because they're luxurious and fabulous and wear costumes and feathers and glitter. Ooh, so much fun. Ooh, just flip. Ooh, can you split on me? Ooh, sure. Then you just walk up to them and you go, hi, did you enjoy the show tonight? And they're like, oh my gosh, you were that one from that number, right? And you're like, you saw that? Yes, that was me. Then you make new friends with your new cruise ship buddies. It's very exciting. You've forgotten all about the show you just did, which you did again. Then you need to figure out, is it worth getting fired to go back to their passenger cabin? Yeah, it is. And you know how to do it because there's cameras and the thing. And all you need to do is grab them by the arm and say, play drunk, because they're not drunk already, right? Neither are you. And you just, when you see the officers and people, you go, oh, I'm just helping this sad, confused, turned around, drunk passenger guest back to his and or her room, however they identify is fine with me. And they say, oh, you are so great. Thank you for doing that. I say, it's my pleasure. Go back to patrol. Bye-bye. Then you beeline all the way into their cabin, and then the door's shut. And then the best part, after the best part, when you accidentally wake up still in said cabin the next day, and as we remember, it was formal night the night before. It's always formal night for the fabulous singers and dancers, because we deserve it. So you've got to do your walk of shame, and it's not just for the gays, you guys. Straights do it too. They're just not as good at it. You have to get all the way down from, let's say, floor 15, all the way down to floor 2 where you live. Now, if you weren't so drunk, you'd be able to know already where in the ship you were. Forward, aft, midship, starboard, port side. Port is the left side because it has L-E-F-T, P-O-R-T. That's how you know. And starboard has longer words, and you can smoke on the starboard side. Now, this one time, I may or may not have exited a cabin in my tuxedo, full-on crazy hair. Walking down the hallway, I'm pretty sure I knew where I was, and a person, very lovely cleaner, bumps into me. I said, oh, excuse me. And they said, are you looking for the crew door? I said, yeah, isn't it right there? They said, no, it's down there and around the corner. I said, thank you. And then I took a step. I said, wait, am I forward or aft? And they looked at me and they said, you're all the way forward. I said, okay, thank you. So then I knew where I was, find the crew door, and I was like, I don't remember getting here. Fine with me. All the way down. Who are you going to see on your way down? Hopefully not the captain or anyone else who really cares, because they'd be like, what were you doing coming from up there wearing that instead of coming from down there wearing something else? And you're like, I don't know. Then you get to your corridor where all your friends live. All the people you don't like live too. And since you live in closed quarters, guess what? Everybody knows what you did or didn't do the night before if you didn't come home. So what they do is they have a little welcome home party in your hallway. Like standing ovation. They all open the doors. Sometimes they play, music all at the same time. It's a very festive, joyous occasion. Lots of cheering and hooping, and it's great, you guys. It's really great. So cheers to not getting fired for doing things you're not supposed to on the cruise ship. And I did it while on probation for a year. Oh, I should have said that. From getting left behind that one time in Venice. But like I said, if you're really good at your job, you won't get fired. And if you're really good at other things, you won't get caught. Now, the time has come. The cruise ship story has ended. Charm School has completed for another day. It's now time to get wasted for the 8 o'clock homegrown show with Miss Anita Rose. And you know why that is? Because I'm going to be on it. And I'll look so much prettier through beer goggles. So much prettier, you guys. So much prettier. So I would like to thank you all for joining me in today. And don't forget, this night, in an hour from now, I'll be on Homegrown with Anita Rose and players. And on Instagram Live, Saturday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to do a little fun Instagram-only show with Victoria Williams from New York City. And we're calling it Williams Galore. Isn't that exciting, you guys? We're doing like a whole cross-country national show together. It's going to be full of shenanigans and controversies and buffooneries. So I hope you join us tonight with Anita Rose, and then me and Victoria Williams and I, Saturday. And don't forget, there's this girl show this day, that girl show the other day, this one after that, and then me again. So thank you guys, and bye. See you tonight and Saturday, and then my show on Mondays and Wednesdays, and everyone else's show, who cares?